Hey, we welcome you back into our Pioneer Postgame Report. Tusculum victorious 14-0. Get the shutout win against Newberry, joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. Look, we talked earlier in the week, and I said, can you withstand the first blow? That first drive they came out, looks like they had some success when they came out that very first drive. You saw three different quarterbacks in Greg Ruff, and you guys really got after him, especially after they started to get some penetration.
Well, we felt like, it looked like to me they were trying to figure out who they wanted to be in the offensive line. They were beat up a little bit, you could tell, and it's that time of year. You're always we're beat up, they're beat up, everybody's beat up, and so we felt like if we gave them some different looks up front, changed the front, gave them some maybe different coverages than they've seen from us, because we're typically a man team, play a little bit more zone, but I mixed in some man-to-man. And, I said if we don't give up the deep ball to 13, because he's a dude, man. That guy scares the heck out of me. But I said if we don't give up a big play to him, then I felt like we could, keep him down. Just tackle, make sure we could tackle rough, because if you go back and look at last year's game, we played really good, but we didn't tackle rough. So I said, hey, if you get your hands on him, don't try to go for the kill shot. Just grab him, hold on, and wait for the cavalry, because they're coming. And that's how we played. But the biggest thing for us was preparation. Our week of preparation, I told you against Marsh Hill, was awful. This week was one of the best we had, and it looked like it. We didn't have hardly any bust. They didn't have a bunch of explosion plays because of it. And when you can play like that and prepare like that, that's the kind of effort you should expect.
You got a lot of sound play today, especially from that second group. I thought Ivan Hogan's and Randy Hooks, it may have been one of their best games. Yeah. They were at that linebacker position. They were either behind the line of scrimmage or they were doing everything they needed to do in run support today.
Well, they were embarrassed the way they played last week. I know Ivan was. He and I had a conversation, and worst game he's played since he's been here. So they kind of drove that thing. And these kids are starting to believe in being a family. That's what we talk about all the time. We're a family. You're going to argue, you're going to fuss at each other, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're still a family, and we love one another. And we got to understand. And I said, I got after him pretty good on Sunday. That's no joke. Now it was not for the weak-hearted in that meeting, but I was honest. And I said, I got to do better. You got to do better. We got to do better together. And they did. And I'm proud of my coaches. I'm proud of the players. And I thought our offense played really good against a good defense. I really do. Everybody's like, well, you only got about 300 yards offense. Didn't matter. We made the plays when we need to. You get two guys hurt. Torrey Ponder gets hurt. We don't have another X. Hardly, other than a young freshman, and then we get Fudgy in there, and he goes crazy on people, and he's a great one. He's going to be an outstanding one. Big, strong, physical guy, can run, and that's really awesome when you see one freshman get hurt and another one steps up in their place and plays really, really well. So, Shippy makes the big play. I thought our offensive line battled. They were bringing 8-9 in the box the whole game, but we battled and we did a really good job. So I'm proud of those guys.
All right, let's focus a little bit more on that offense then. You brought it up. The drive of the game, 99 yards. You're backed up at your 1 yard line, and Shippy, he's probably on one leg. He can't go. Why was that? Why was he able to break the daylight there?
Well, we did a great job. When our tight ends play well, we play well. So if they block good, we usually play well. And we got a couple penalties that were, tough because we finished blocks. I told Carter, don't worry about finishing. You made the block. Just, obviously you want to finish, but that's what they were calling. And it's going to happen. It happens. My biggest thing is for us to keep getting better and keep, working at it. And I thought Brian did a good job managing the game, knowing that this was going to be he and I talked about it all week. Like, listen, they're good, we're good. It's going to be a war. Now, it's who's going to make the more mistakes, who's going to take advantage of the situations that they get. We did have one turnover, which is kind of a bummer on that. And it was kind of like a penetration deal. We never got the handoff right. So, little things like that. But other than that, I thought we played hard.
It's one of those games where we had to see Andrew Cantrell a bunch today as well. And it's not like we moved it great. They did come in the best defense, scoring defense, rushing defense. Right. You had the second best in scoring defense coming in here today. It was a defensive struggle. You got the big plays when you needed to get the big plays. I want to talk more about Aaron Fudge. Third down. They hadn't allowed but 10 third down conversions in the last month.
I knew that.
And Aaron Fudge comes with that jet sweep around the side, and then you also got another big third down play. You had the big plays when you needed them today, and Alex Ogle was the guy that delivered for you at quarterback.
Solid. He played solid, and I really think Fudge, that was a great call by Ferg, man. He's like, hey, I'm going to give it to the fastest guy on the field. And I'm looking out there, I'm like, dang, that's Fudge. You know what I mean? And he had the jet sweep, and we went unbalanced, so we got him outflanked a little bit, and he got to the corner. Great job of blocking there on the edge by our young receiver. You look out there, it's freshman fest at receiver for us right now, and it's freshman fest and Deshaun. That's really what we're dealing with right now until BK can get back, hopefully next week. But that's kind of where we are, but we'll keep battling and keep working, and we'll kind of go from there.
All right. right, and again, special teams. I talked about it a little bit. Cantrell, total of 21 punts in this contest. He averaged 36.9. He didn't have to do a lot.
Game. It was okay. They didn't return a lot on us, but they wasn't as bad. He was trying. I felt like sometimes Andrew is very hard on himself, but he tries to be too perfect. So I don't usually say much. I actually was getting mad at him for trying to be too perfect on the Aussie punts, you know. And I said, just hit it, man, just kick it. And I think he struggled a little bit with that. But again, you know, we're getting a lot of good, like, you know, for a team that doesn't have a lot of seniors, we're getting a lot of freshmen that are helping us. This is a good class, and we got a lot of guys that are already dinged up that'll be back next year, so that'll be good.
All right, what does this win mean? I mean, there's 3 teams now in the league that, you know, with just one loss, at least one loss, yeah.
Means we're still in it, you know. I mean, we're hoping that, you know, we got to next week got to go to, you know, to Catawba. They're a great football team. I have a tremendous amount of respect for those guys. That running back they got, every time he touches, I'm gonna be holding my breath. You know, we got to get healthy. This is a war. You know, I'm sure we'll be dinged up some. Off of this, hopefully we can get, you know, get enough 65, 70 guys or whatever to go over there to play. But it's 1 week. It's like I tell them, like right now you're in the playoffs every week, you know, to keep in this thing. So it's one game, it's one play. It's one game, one play, one victory. You're just trying to get 1-0 on everything that you're doing right now. And it could be going to class is 1-0, being on time is 1-0, you know, winning on a block is 1-0, making a great tackle is 1-0, and then you string enough of those together as you win.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, that's Coach Jerry Odom. Pioneers get the win. They knock off Newberry, get a 2-game winning streak now against the Wolves, and they also get a win at homecoming here 2018 by throwing the shutout. Pioneers win it 14-0. Back with more of our Pioneer postgame.